Hello, hello. Anybody? Okay, I think I can hear myself clear. Okay, Sushi Monster, I thought you want to show us. He's still sleeping. Maybe if you have time at the end of the live, okay, I will show you my dog. Did I say I will show you my dog at the end? Okay, today I just brought him to see the vet, and then he kind of like has new problems because he's getting very old. It's an 18-year-old dog, and yeah, now his heart has some issues. That's how it goes with old dogs. Okay, so let's see, Kahoot. Today there's gonna be a Kahoot, right? First, I think this is the first live of the academic year, right? I think you all should be able to hear me clearly, right? Okay, so before we start, I think I can wait a while, then maybe I can then later as I'm going through the question, I will try to speed up a bit. Okay, for those who are interested in our online lesson, right, the registration is now open, right? So if you all have been like following our TikTok live, the lessons are taught by the same teacher, right? So this year I'll be teaching the P6 webinar, right? So if you are interested in improving, doing well for your PSLE science this year, okay, do sign up with us. I'm sure you will learn a lot. Okay. No familiar people today? Anyone like during the holiday already went for any trip? Edith, hi. I find you familiar. I think you've been to our live before, right? Sushi Monster, yes, you're familiar. You were the one that joined the what's that, the October webinar, is it? Kind of don't remember, but no, okay. I remember someone from TikTok joined the October webinar. No, okay. But yep, I think now everybody is kind of like exam over, having fun. Going to Shanghai. Oh, okay. When? Like, now the weather there in China is getting very cool. I just came back from China also. Weather should be good. I think if you're going in December is gonna start to get cold. I think you're gonna like the weather there. Going to Tokyo next Sunday. Oh my goodness. Okay, nowadays children are very fortunate. I've never been to Tokyo, Japan. Yep. So maybe next time I will start to like travel a bit, go Japan, go Korea, go to all the places that I've never been to. Okay, but we can slowly Chengdu. Okay. Ah, Jefflo, hi. Wow, all the people. Nowadays there's a lot of people going to China. During my time when I was young, China was not a place that people wants to go to because I think hygiene is one concern, right? Because back in the days, I think the older generation are not so into all this hygiene stuff lah. Maybe until the COVID era, right? The COVID happened, then everybody got a rude awakening. Going to Taiwan since you're born there. Ah, okay. Sushi Monster also never been to Tokyo. Only when Osaka. Oh, okay. But that means you've been to Japan. Okay, let's slowly start the lesson, right? Today, we are just going to do some P5 recap because it's the holiday. So we just take it slow first, right? So once we move into about, I think January, when your school start, then you'll start to learn new topic, then I will start to go into the P6 topics, right? So for P6, usually we'll start off with photosynthesis, respiration, right? Then we'll get into the energy conversion topic. I never learned P6. Yeah, next year you will learn P6. Don't worry. Okay, unless you are this year is your P6 and you're already like waiting for your results next week, right? Next week, the P6 will take their result. Okay, come. You can see, right? Okay, yes. First question shouldn't be too difficult, right? So diagram below shows a process. Okay, a process in human reproduction. So the question is also very kind, right? Because the question already labeled the sperm cell and the egg cell for you, right? And then if you take note, the picture is also pretty accurate, right? Because there's only a single cell, right, that managed to fertilize the egg cell. So my specs, lazy to wear my specs anymore. Okay, and anyway, I think I still can see pretty well. Today I'm not tired. Okay, so which of the following statements, right? The question is asking which of the following statements about the process is correct. Okay, so what is the process that the question is talking about? How would you describe a great science lesson? Focus on OEQ? No. Okay, wait, what do you mean by a great? You mean a GRATE, is it? Okay, NDB is correct. Fertilization, right? The process that we're talking about is fertilization. Okay, so once you're familiar with fertilization, in this case, no pollination. This one is human reproduction, not plant reproduction. Okay, so does fertilization take place every month? Okay, no. Okay, because if fertilization takes place every month, then we're gonna be overcrowded already. Like there'll be a lot of humans, right? So number one is wrong. Okay, number two, it involves many sperms. Okay, does it involve many sperms entering one egg cell? Okay, just now I think I already gave you all a clue, right? It doesn't involve many. Okay, just need one sperm cell with one egg cell. Many babies, then that will solve the declining population problem, right? Okay, so number two is also wrong because it's not many, it's just a single, you just need a single sperm cell, all right? Number three, okay, a fertilized egg will develop in the ovary. Okay, does it develop in the ovary? Or does anyone of you still remember where does the fertilized egg develop in? I hope you all remember. Womb, yes, J-Flow, good. Okay, it doesn't develop in the ovary, it develops in the womb. Right, so I guess that leaves the last one as the correct answer. Fusion of the sperm and egg cell results in the fertilized egg. Okay, so this one pretty straightforward, right? So, okay, number four is the answer. Okay, reproduction in human, this topic I think not too difficult as long as you are familiar with all the concepts, right? The male reproductive organ, female reproductive organ, what is the function of all the different parts, right? I think it should be fine. The usually very popular question will be like on the ovary, right, on the testes. They usually don't ask questions about the vagina and the penis, right? Usually is only these few parts. All right. Oh, okay. My dog is awake. Okay, let's go on to question number two quickly. Okay, the leaves of a plant. Okay, I'm sure you all still remember what's the function of the leaves of a plant, right? Only 15 people, everyone else go overseas. Yeah, 15 people never go overseas. Make it bark. How do you make a dog bark? It's like, can I make you talk also? My dog doesn't bark a lot anymore because he's kind of like almost blind and deaf, I would say. Okay? Because it's very old. Okay, question number two. The leaves of a plant were removed in the diagram. So I'm sure you know what is the function of the leaf and what does it do, right? It will help the plant to make food, right? So in the starting part of P6, right, you will learn about photosynthesis. So you will learn more about how the plants make food, right? What do they need to make food, and respiration also. You learn about respiration, all right? Okay, so this is the leaves, right? So they get removed, no leaves, right? I think that is not a good sign, right? Because not even a single one, so probably cannot make food, right? So after a few days, the plant died. Yep, I would think so. If okay, for example, if we don't have food, right, we are also gonna die. But maybe not a few days. I don't know, a week or so. All right, which of the following is the correct reason? Question is asking for the correct reason for the observation, right? So, okay, definitely it's because cannot make food, so no food, right? Is it number one? Wait, if you keep spamming number one. The plant could not make food for itself, right? That sounds reasonable. Okay, but let's go through 2, 3, and 4 also and find out what's wrong. Right, the plant could no longer take in water. Okay, but the role of like taking in water is the roots, right? And we can see the roots here. Okay, so I think everything should be fine. I think it still can take in water. Okay, number 3, the plant could no longer stand upright. Standing upright is the function of the stem. Okay, so stem looks like this looks like the stem. All right, so okay, option 3 also shouldn't be the answer. Number 4, the plant could not attract any pollinators. But there's no flower, so I don't I don't see any flower. No flower, right? Attracting pollinators. Okay, if you want to attract pollinators, that is the role of the flower, right? So the flower got to have, okay, hopefully you still remember the features, right? Usually, okay, sweet scent. Okay, because they have the nectar, right? They will have also large, okay, colorful petals. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it, right? To attract pollinators. Yes, but there's no flower, right? But I think it's a good chance to kind of like recap animal pollinated flower and a wind pollinated flower also. Okay, very clearly, I think you'll know the answer is number 1. Pretty straightforward also, this question. I think this live, most of the questions will be pretty straightforward, just to like kind of like warm up for next year. Okay, but any one of y'all taking P6 next year, like really is like Edith and Sushi, are y'all taking P6 next year? Or y'all are just here, I got Labubu from the Kahoot gift. You serious? Sushi Monster, you got the Kahoot gift and it's a Labubu. Edith, Slack Queen also, next year P6. Okay, good. Next year there's a like change in the format, right? There's 30 MCQs instead of the usual 28 already. Okay, so I think that is kind of like good news for you, right? Because MCQ is easier to earn marks. So there's going to be 30 MCQ, so 60 marks, and that's a lot. Okay, a long time ago it used to be 30 MCQs, but after that they changed to 28, which I thought should be the case, right? Change to Friday. Taking HFY, you're taking P5 next year. Okay, I think these are all P5 topics. So by listening through the live, you can also learn something. Okay, right, you finish PSLE, but since that means you're getting a result next week, right? Hopefully you will do well. Good luck and get into the school that you want to go into. PSLE, actually, the main objective is just to get into the school that you want to go to. Okay, but even if you don't get, and of course, get into the stream that you want to go to, lah. Okay, hopefully you can get into the, what's that, G3 stream, right? It's not G3 stream, sorry. Hopefully, I forgot what's the name of the stream, but hopefully most of your subjects are G3. But even if your subjects are not G3, I think it's fine, because in Sec 1, Sec 2, it's very easy to go up from G2 to G3. I have a lot of students who go into G2 subjects, but in Sec 2, they got promoted into G3 subjects. Okay, so as long as I think in Sec 1, Sec 2, you work hard, it's quite, I would say it's quite easy to kind of like promote. Your mom said I must go to G3. Okay, let's go on to question number 3. Question number 3, diagram below shows the inherited characteristics of having dimple in Cindy's family tree. Okay, so this is like a simple family tree. We got to, I think, read the key here. Right. So square are the male, circle are the female. Okay, shaded ones are the ones with dimple. Right, with dimple. So we can see that there's one, okay, male with dimple, female with dimple. Right, this is their children. Okay, both will have dimples. Okay, in this case, only the female will have dimples. Okay, then this part over here, okay, let me box it up. Okay, it's like Cindy's family, right? So these are Cindy's mother and father. This is Cindy and her siblings, right? She has one sister and one brother, right? They all are shaded, so they all have dimples. Okay, so pretty straightforward, very easy to read once you understand all this info, once you know how to read the family tree, right? Then the question is asking for which of the following statement is or are true. Right, so there's only three options A, B, C. Just read through, right? I think most of you are spamming number two already. Okay, so thanks for the answer. I will take note on number two. Okay, A says that both Cindy's siblings have dimples. Okay, so it's already shown over here, right? Both her siblings. Okay, over here, they both have dimples. Okay, so A is correct. Let me put a tick on A. Okay, that means remember to use elimination method, right? So if A is definitely correct, then number option 3 is already out because option 3 don't have A. Okay, but y'all cannot see I crossed out option 3. Okay, I already crossed out option 3 because option 3 don't have A. Right. Then we go on to B. Cindy's father. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. Okay, sorry, zoom out a bit. Okay, Cindy's father inherited the characteristics of Dimple from his father. Okay, so inherited from his father. So B is also correct, right? So over here, this is the father, right? So inherited to Cindy's father. Okay, B is also correct. So that means C must be wrong, right? Because you are spamming number 2. Okay, let's see. C. Cindy inherited the characteristics of Dimple from her father and mother. So inherited from father and mother. Okay, you know is definitely wrong, right? Because the mother, right? Mother. Okay, no dimples, right? So all of y'all are really looking into the question carefully. I must say that. Okay. So number 2 is the answer. All right, A and B. There shouldn't be any issues with family tree as long as you know how to read the family tree, okay, and then you don't make careless mistake. Nothing should go wrong. Okay, any question? I was talking about like going into secondary school, right? Because what's his name, Kira or Kara? Kara. Okay, yep. Next year is going into secondary school already. Reading a book called The Giver. Okay. I always admire people who like to read books because I don't have the patience to read a book. Oh, okay. So let's go into question 4. Kira, do you have siblings? And if it's a bookworm, okay, it's good. Reading is good because like when you like to read, you are usually better when it comes to doing exam because you read through things more carefully and more quickly. So I'm a very careless reader last time, so tend to make a lot of careless mistake. That's why. Okay, let's go to question 4. Diagram below shows the cross section of a fruit that is developed from a flower of plant P. Right, so if you look at the fruit, okay, so this is a fruit, right, brightly colored, right, so they probably want to attract animals, right? So attract animals. Okay, and then you can see it is also fleshy, right? Fleshy, so yeah, you definitely know that it is dispersed by animal. Okay, so there are many seeds. We can see that there are many seeds. Do they look small? Okay, the seeds look relatively small, right? Okay, so based on the diagram, which of the following can be inferred about plant P? Right, so based on the diagram, that means looking at the diagram, right? So what can you infer about the plant P? Okay, let's go through A, B, C, and D. Anyone spamming answer? No one spamming answer. Anonymous teacher, yes. My mom scolds me for reading too much. How can that be? Your mom wants you to go out to play because you're always on your mobile phone playing game, right? Oh, and if you're spamming, okay, so free answer. Wait, I'm gonna like check if your answers are correct or not. So a lot of you are saying number two. Okay, sure, I will take note. Number two is B and C. Right. So number A says that flower of plant P has many stigma. Okay, so what is wrong with statement A? What is wrong is it's not many stigma, it's something else, right? I don't want to give away. I think later on, since you all already know the answer is number two, for sure, you all know it is many ovules, right? Okay, B, pollination and fertilization have taken place. Yep, definitely, right? Because if pollination and fertilization did not take place, then it will not become a fruit, right? Okay, so A is wrong, B is okay. C, ovary or fruit P contains ovules, right? So, okay, ovules, I think it means many, right? But by right to make it obvious, the question should say many ovules. Okay, not two for sure. Okay, so I would think that C is correct. Okay, but D, the seeds are small and will be dispersed by wind. The seeds do look small, but I don't think it is dispersed by wind. Okay, because if it is dispersed by wind, they need to be exposed, right? So the seeds looks very kind of like it is enclosed, right, inside the fruit. So definitely not dispersed by wind. Okay. So number D is out, right? Looks like all of you are really looking at the question. Okay, so B and C, number two, is correct. Very good. Well done. Definitely not two. Yes, definitely not two. Yes, we got Kahoot. So only 15, right? 15 of y'all. So there's a higher chance for you to win a prize, win a Labubu. Is it just how to say got a Labubu for the Kahoot prize? This sushi, you said that. Ah, yeah. Okay. Win another Labubu. Okay. Any question about I don't know. Usually at this stage, like everybody holiday mood, so won't ask a lot of questions. Usually when it's nearer to the exam period, right, then students will start to ask a lot of questions regarding the exam. Okay, let's quickly go to question number 5. Okay, you're gonna pay attention to the question because just give you a small hint. Later on the Kahoot, there will be some question based on the question that we have gone through. So if you downloaded the worksheet and if you like wrote down the answer, I think you might gain an advantage later on during the Kahoot. Okay, question 5. The diagram below shows 3 flowers, okay, from the same plant with different parts removed. Okay, just take the different parts of the flower were removed, right? So E, F, and G. E looks like the enter were removed, right? Is it enter? Yep. And okay, removed. Okay, F looks like the petals removed. And then flower G looks like the stigma, okay, and the ovary removed. Okay, so again, definitely not two. Which of the flower will not, okay, the question is will not be fertilized and develop into a fruit. So will not develop into a fruit. Okay, so when they say will not be fertilized, that means, right, will not be fertilized, right, that means a female parts, okay, usually is not present, okay. So looking at the flower, right, is quite obvious, right? The female part is here, female part is here, flower G, the female part is gone, right, removed. This part here. And so, I suppose the answer is going to be only flower G, right? Because E can still go through pollination, right? So the pollen grain can land, right, on both E and F, and then they're gonna dig a tunnel, right, a pollen tube down, okay, and then they're gonna be able to reach the ovule, go through fertilization, right? So E and F can still go through fertilization, but of course for flower E, the pollen grain got to come from somewhere else, right? But for flower F, the pollen grain can still be transferred from here, right? Okay, from itself, okay? So, yep, I think this question also, the answer is quite obvious already, right? Anyone like beg to differ, say that it's not two. Yep. Only Sushi Monster say it's definitely not two. Okay, but the answer is definitely two, right? Only flower G, right? Will not, so be careful. So a lot of students make the error of like reading wrongly, right? So I think that's the main problem. And show let's see. Let me try and catch him. He's down here. This is my dog. Okay, the only reason why I'm catching him is because he's biting his paws and I want to stop him from biting his paws. Okay, so today's special, right? Only 15 viewers saw my dog. Okay, cute dog. He is yep, very mischievous, but he's very old already. So if you're planning to get a dog, right, there's really a lot of commitment. You know, when they get old, they get sick, need to bring them to the vet, need to feed them medication, and looks like a baby. He's only 18 years old. 18 years old is like extremely old already. Okay, looks like no question, right? Let's go on to the OEQ section. Right, question 6. 18 years. Yep, my dog is 18 years old. It's very old. Okay, question 6. Jack kept some organisms in a container. Okay, we can definitely see that the organism is not a rabbit, right? So there's water present. Okay, no food. Container is open top. So I suppose the air can enter, right? So air can enter. Okay, no food. Just take note, right? No food, not a good idea. But there's water, right? So probably the organism can survive a bit longer, but definitely need to give it some food. Okay, if your I mean our intention is to Jack's intention, sorry, is to keep them over here for a longer period of time. Okay, but part A wants you to state the differences between inhaled and exhaled air. Okay, for the of the organisms. So I hope you all know what's the differences between inhaled air and exhaled air. I think the very obvious one will be about the amount of oxygen, right? You can talk about the amount of oxygen, the amount of carbon dioxide, and also the amount of water vapor, right? So inhaled, exhaled air. Let me maybe write down the points. Okay, state the differences, right? So 3 points. Oxygen, CO2, and water vapor. Okay, so talk about these 3 points. All right. So inhaled air contains. Oh, sorry. I cannot talk about oxygen because over here already gave an example, right? Contains more oxygen, contains less oxygen. Okay, so we cannot talk about oxygen, right? Then we talk about the other two. So number one, talk about the amount of carbon dioxide, right? So if there's more oxygen over here, then there's definitely less carbon dioxide. Okay, so contains less carbon, okay, dioxide. Okay, then for exhaled air, right, because as the blood that is rich in oxygen goes through all your different parts of the body, your um, the cells, right, will respire, they will use up the oxygen, give out carbon dioxide. So your exhaled air will contain more carbon dioxide, okay, contains more carbon, okay, dioxide. Okay, and then wait, someone Edith, yep. So more water vapor and less water vapor, yes. Okay, so but the inhaled air is the one that has less water vapor, right? So don't write it under the wrong box. So less water vapor. Okay, contains more water vapor. Yes, okay. J-flow, right, contains less carbon dioxide, more carbon dioxide. Yes, which is there over here, less and more. And also talk about the water vapor also, right? Okay, we're gonna move on to the next part. Let me see. Okay, next, Jack conducted an experiment to find out the changes in the amount of oxygen. Okay, changes in the amount of oxygen. So this is okay. Never mind. Let me continue and read on first. Right, in a container with the organisms inside for 1 hour. Okay, so 1 hour is pretty short, right? So don't need to put food there. Chances are high to win only 11 people. Okay, yep. So survive to the end, right? Then okay, maybe in the last 15 minutes, then suddenly a lot of people join. Right? Those who are joining like they know today got car food, so they wait till the last few minutes then they join. Okay, so in a container with the organisms for 1 hour, he placed a gauze. Okay, so I think this is gonna be a problem, right? So he placed a gauze with small holes. Okay, on top of the container as shown in the diagram below. Okay, if he wants to find out about the changes, okay, in the amount of oxygen in the container, so he got to measure the before and after, right? So, but if you use a gauze with small holes, right, then the air can enter, okay, and then air can also escape, right? Then, what's a gauze? A gauze is like a wire net. Okay, it's like a net, made okay of wire metal. Okay, you go to like if you go to barbecue, right? Barbecue, and then you will usually put gauze on top, and then you put your foot on top of the wire gauze, right? It's like a wire net kind of thingy. Okay, unless you've never been to a barbecue before, then what else? What other example can I use? Um, it's like those cooking the what's that called, a sieve, right? The one that you want to drain off the liquid, okay, of the noodle, the one with tiny tiny holes on. Okay, so I hope that will yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like a metal net with a lot of tiny holes. Oh, that's a strainer. Okay, thanks. Strainer. Okay, not very good with all these kitchen stuff also. Okay, so then there's going to be a problem. How do you find out about the changes? Because if you want to measure the changes, right, then you have to measure the before and after, right? Okay, but you like cooking sushi? Okay, good. Are you a boy or girl? Sushi monster. If you're a boy, then good because I don't know. I'll wait for your answer first. Why you're Eden? Okay, you like cooking. That's good. Okay, because a lot of girls like guys that know how to cook. That's all I'm gonna say. Then next time you're gonna be very popular with the ladies. Okay. He noticed the amount of oxygen in the container remained the same, so that is obvious, right? And we know why the amount of oxygen remain the same, right? Okay, it's because the air can enter, air can escape, right? So if he wants to conduct this investigation or experiment, right, he got to use an enclosed container, okay, no holes, and then measure the amount of oxygen, right? Is it amount of oxygen? Yeah, changes in the amount of oxygen, okay, before and after. Okay, so the question wants you to explain why. Pretty straightforward, right? You all know the reason is because of the gauze, right? But is the answer, like I always ask my students, right? Is the answer just like, oh, because the gauze, okay, there are many small holes, so air can enter and escape? Is that just it, or do we need to talk about something else? Let me wait for responses from 12 people. Okay, while I drink some water. Okay, anyone? No, nobody. Yeah, usually OEQ is the part where continuous flow of fresh air. Okay, yes, but what is the property of air that allows it to move through the gauze? So you also need to talk about the property of air. Okay, do you all still remember your topics on the topic on matter, right? What is the property of solid liquid gas? Usually, air contains oxygen. Yes, but air also contains a lot of other things like carbon dioxide, water vapor also. But the property of air that allows this to happen is because it does not have like a definite shape, right? No definite shape. That's why it's able to move in. Should I say move in and out? That's why it's able to move through the gauze. No fixed shape. Yes. Okay. So you can say no definite shape, no fixed shape. I think that's fine. Volume, whether you put it down or not, I think doesn't affect the answer, right? So no definite shape is the main point that you need to also add in, right? Because it's only a 1 mark question. Okay, I thought it's a 2 mark question, so need to talk about 2 points. But anyway, I think it's good practice to even if it is 1 mark, right? Write down as many. I wouldn't want to say write down as many points as possible. Write down the important points, right? So okay, I'm gonna start off by saying that the gauze. Can you all see? Okay, the gauze has a small holes. Okay, which allows air to flow to flow in and out of the container. Got to fight for the marks. Yes, were you the one who said that last live? To flow in and out of the container as air has no definite shape. All right, so that will allow it to flow through the gauze. Okay, so talk about the small holes, right, which allows air to flow in and out, right, and then lastly, right, talk about because air has no definite shape, right, that's why it can go through the gauze. You can see, right? Okay. Okay, I think those who took your P5 exam this year, you all are already using the new format, right? Which is 30 MCQs, right? That means MCQ 16 marks. Ooh, now increase already, number of people. See, that's why I said, right? They know got Kahoot, so they last few minutes and join. Okay, let's quickly go through. Right, I think I'm a bit running short of time, but shouldn't be a problem. Hi, cute, cute bird, 101. 18 people. Okay, don't worry. I think those who went through, like I said just now, right, the small tip, those who went through the questions earlier on, you got an advantage because I think some of the MCQ, some of the Kahoot question is actually based on the question in this live. Okay, so question number 7, diagram below shows how substances are transported in a plant, right? So remember in a plant, right, there are 2 tubes that you need to remember, your water carrying tube and your food carrying tube, right? So don't need to remember it as xylem and phloem anymore, right? So water carrying tube, food carrying tube. A is food, B is water. Okay, but how do you know A is food? Let me write down. Okay, someone said A is food. I don't know is it correct or not. Someone said B is water. Wait, not someone. Okay, J Flow, you said that. Oh, you heard that? he he bumped into the fan. He's okay. Yep. Okay, let me check. If the solid, let me highlight it as yellow first. Okay, this one is yellow. Then let me highlight this as oh, maybe I should change it to, since you all say this is food. right? Let me put this as green. Green is food. Water is blue, right? Is it true? Okay, because the leaves is here, right? So what's coming out from the leaf is definitely food, right? So over here, this should be the food that goes towards T. That means T should be the stem already, right? Stem. Okay, U and V, because V, both the arrows goes towards it, right? So this is definitely not the roots, because if it is the roots, one of the arrows, sorry, not this one must go towards the other parts of the plant, right? So that means U probably is the roots. And I think just now, yeah, J-Flow, I think you're correct, because the roots will absorb water, right? Water will transport. Okay, let me use blue for water, right? Water will transport all the other parts of the plant. Okay, seems correct. V, what is V? I don't know, maybe flower or fruit, right? Can be either one, okay? Flower or fruit. Okay, so pretty straightforward, right? Once you figure out all this, then you know that substance A is food. Okay, and then B is water. Okay, very good. Pretty easy. Okay, let's go on to the next part, right? Diagram. The diagram shows a plant. Okay, so yep, this is a plant. They labeled the fruit and soil. Okay, I see some flower also. Let me also maybe label them, right? Flower. Okay, so this looks like chili. I don't know. Okay, describe how water. Describe how water is transported to the fruit, right? So you know water is transported. I mean is absorbed through the roots, right? Water, and then it will be transported to the through the water carrying tube. Oh, okay. Sorry, not done. Hold on. Oh, Brianna, sorry, you're not done with the earlier part, right? Okay, so I scroll up a bit already. Okay, so the water carrying tube will carry the water right from the roots, okay, absorbed from the soil, and then it will reach the fruit, right? So, of course, the key point in this kind of question when they ask you to explain, right? Remember to mention the water carrying tubes, okay? If you don't do that, then you're gonna lose marks. All right. People dropping, yes, but it's not the count right now that you should be worried about. You should be worried about the count later on when I start the Kahoot. Then maybe there will be like other people who will join. Okay, done. Okay, so let me write down the answer for part B. Right. So describe how water. So first talk about the roots. Right. The roots can tell me how water go against the gravitational force. Oh, okay. I forgot what is the concept, but okay, I forgot, but I remember I learned it before, but it's not tested. Wait, let me write down the answer first while I try to recall. Is constriction something something? Yep. Okay, the roots absorb water from the soil and right is transported through the water carrying okay tubes, okay, through the stem to reach the fruit. Okay, so remember to mention about the roots absorb water from. Should you talk about the water? Sorry, should you talk about the soil? Okay, just talk about the water, right? And transported through the water carrying tube definitely must mention. Okay, through the stem, optional, right? To reach the fruit. Okay, it's optional. Okay, sushi monster, I think I know already. It's called transpiration pool. Okay, so transpiration pool is like because as the leaves lose water, then it will cause the roots to like pull in water. But you will not learn it in primary school. I think it's in secondary school or something. Okay, so the idea is very simple. It's like if you're drinking water from a straw, right? So when you like suck the water, then the water will enter from the bottom, right? So that's why the water is able to go against gravitational force. Okay, so that is the whole idea of transpiration pool and how water can go up. Okay, even though there's gravity. Okay, that is a very good question because like science, right? Science, you should be curious about things. You should always be like asking question and learning stuff. Okay, not just things from within the syllabus. All right. I hope you are done because I need to go to the next question, but I'll try to scroll up to the point where you all still can see. Okay. What is it the pull is stronger than the force? Yeah, definitely must be stronger than the gravitational force. You all will learn about force also, right? So after energy in P6, you will learn about forces. So gravitational force is also something that is within the syllabus, something you will learn. Okay, let me read through question 8 first while I just like try to keep this part here so that those who are still copying can write it down, all right? Okay, question 8, diagram below shows part of the trunk of a small tree with the part of the trunk of a small tree with the outer ring bark which contain the food carrying tubes removed, right? So in this case, the question already clearly states that the food carrying tubes are removed. Okay, so but usually when they say the outer ring bark, that means the food carrying tube is removed. Okay, so outer ring removed, right? There's a branch X over here, branch Y. Okay, we can see that over here there are more leaves, right? And over here in branch Y, there's only a single one, very lonely leaf. Yep, more and more people are joining. You're cooked, more competition, right? Competition for Kahoot. Okay, let me go on to part A. What effect will removing the outer ring of the bark have on branches X and Y? Okay, after some time, so put a tick in the correct boxes. Okay, so this one is easier. You don't need to write down or don't need to explain, right? Just put a tick and determine what will happen to the thickness of the branches and the color of the leaves. Okay, so for X, maybe we look through X first. X is over here, right? So what's going to happen is because the water carrying tube is not removed, right? So they are still going to receive water from the roots. Okay, then the leaf can still make food, right? So it still can make food. So I think the branches will be perfectly fine, right? But the problem is here, right? For branch Y, there's going to be less food. Okay, so less food over here. For branch X, there will be more food. So, okay, in this case for X, right, okay, there's more leaves, so make more food. I would think that the thickness of the branch, okay, will continue to increase, right? Just like all of you, okay, if you all eat more food, then I don't want to say the thickness of you will also increase, but you will gain weight, right? If you eat more food, okay? So thickness of the branch will increase. Okay, color of the leaves definitely will be green because they will not die. Okay, as long as they don't die, right? I suppose it's put outside, so there's also plentiful of sunlight. Okay. Okay, we move on to Y, but for Y, what will happen to the thickness of the branch? I think with a single leaf, okay, and then because the food carrying tube over here is removed, then the excess food over here also cannot be transported here. Okay, so what's going to happen is probably the thickness of the branch will decrease for Y. But the color of the leaves will still remain green. Okay, because this branch, although there's only a single leaf, right, they're asking for the color of this leaf. Okay, as long as it's able to receive water and there's sunlight, it still can make food. Okay, so it will remain the same. Yes, so for the thickness of branch Y, I think it's going to decrease because it's not getting enough food, just like all of you. Okay, you keep playing games, don't eat your food. Okay, then you also become skinnier, become like a stick. Okay, part B wants you to explain your answer about the thickness of branch Y. Okay, so we just need to explain this, right? Oops, okay, maybe let me point an arrow to here. Okay, so a lot of students make the mistake of like going straight into the point where they say like they don't have enough food. Okay, but there's another point which a lot of students will miss out, which is the excess food. Okay, from here cannot reach branch Y. So actually that is another point which you all need to talk about. Okay, let me first talk about the food. Okay, carrying you. Okay, above, try to be specific about what you're talking about. Okay, food carrying cube. Above, okay, I'm just gonna say Y. Okay, was removed. So hence or so food. Okay, I'm gonna say excess. Okay, food made. Okay, at a branch. Okay, by right I should write branch Y first. Okay, but never mind. Okay, so excess food made at branch X cannot be transported to Y. So then we need to continue and talk about okay the single leaf, right? So with only a single leaf, it's just like if you only can eat one meal a day, you also become skinnier, right? Okay, with only a single leaf on Y, then less food. Okay, will be made. Okay, and the branch okay will come dinner. Okay, so I think let me highlight the key points. Food carrying tube, remember to talk about it. It is being removed, right? So be specific above why was removed. So the excess food that is made in branch X, right, cannot be transported to Y. Okay, so then okay, with only a single leaf, right, that's why a less food will be made, and so the branch will become thinner. People, please drop the one. At least drop the three, because top three also got prizes, right? Anyway, you also cannot win like one, two, three at the same time, unless you use three devices and join all three together. Okay, so I don't know if there's any question, but we're also running short of time. So okay, okay, I just remember something that I should have. Okay, let me just block the screen for a while because I need to log in the Kahoot. I forgot to log in the Kahoot. Okay, let me see, is this still the one? Okay, yep, I forgot that I should be logging in. Okay, what's this? Okay, get ready for Kahoot while I'm logging in. You can do your warm up now, right? Do some jumping jack. Hold on. Hmm, hold on. Now drop to 18 already. Hmm. Okay. Where do I go to? Okay, found it. Let me quickly host live. Okay, good. Okay, yes, finally got it up. Classic mode. Okay, let's start. Can you all see? Okay. Okay, so the pin code is, let me add in the comment. Okay, 8410 878. Okay, this is a good chance for you to win something. Like just now, what Eden, right? Eden or okay, I think it's Eden said, right? He won a Labubu. If that's real, I also want to join and win a Labubu. I'm gonna use my handphone and join now. No, I can't do that. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, five participants. Okay, let's start now. Then there's gonna be a 60% chance for you to win something. Oh, six. Okay. Wait. Okay, I'm waiting. Yes, I'm waiting. Chinless Chintu. Okay, let's wait for everyone. Wait for more people to join so Eden will have lesser chance to win something. Xingyi. Okay, I know a lot of Xingyi, but okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 still. Hmm, not a lot of people. But should I start now or should I wait? Wait first. Okay. Mr. Hmm, Mr. Cute 101. Anybody still need me to wait? Wait, just now someone Willow start so less people. Hi. Okay, but even after I start, you all still can join. Okay, so just remember the code. Let me write it down. Okay, 8410 878. Okay. Okay, I think I need to start soon because if not, like I'm gonna keep everybody waiting also. Cheat. Yeah. Okay. Just nice. I'm gonna start now. Okay. If you want to join, you can copy. You still can use the code to join. Okay. 9 people, so good chance to win something. Evaporation, boiling, and melting involve heat gain. Oh, is it true or false? This one very easy, so you better be quick. 6 answered. 3 more haven't answered. 7 answered. Oh no. This one, the first question is fastest finger. Okay, one person got it wrong. Yep, evaporation boiling is heat gain, right? Okay. Eden in the first place. Wow, Eden coming in hot, very serious. Cannot see. Use your device and see. Um, I don't know how to minimize it or oh no. Okay. But you have to see from your device, right? And not see from my screen. Okay. How do I okay, I can shift it up a bit more like that. Oh okay, then you can see. Okay, which of the following statements about only 2% got correct. Oh, okay. But not Eden. XT in second place and high in third place, right? So okay, I think now you all can see, right, which flower will not be able to fertilize and develop into fruit. Yeah, this is one of the questions just now. Right? Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. So looks like one of y'all like wasn't listening just now. Okay, Eden, another high. I think there's two different high. Is it? Select similarity between plant transport system and human circulatory system. Oh, okay. Plant transport system and human circulatory system. What's the similarity? Hmm. 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 None of the above. Yes. Okay. Very good. 5% did not get tricked. Okay. So Eden still leading, but your lead is not very big. Eden is sweating already. Very stressed. Which statement about Cindy's family inheritance is true? Wow, 1% answered so quickly. Two. Hmm. Okay, time is running out. Six, five, four, three, two, one. 1% did not. Ah, okay. Okay, there's two answers, right? Hopefully, the six of you all did read through carefully. Okay, wow, now Eden, your lead is like getting bigger. Okay, but don't get complacent because usually there's still the double point question. Based on the cross section of the fruit, which statement are correct about plant P? Yep, looks familiar, right? This question. Don't want to say too much because those who went through the live just now, okay, would have seen this question. 9% chose okay. Wow, a lot of you got it correct. Oh, okay, Singy creeping up to third place. Second last question, double points. Make sure you all get this correct if you want to keep your lead or chase up. Okay, where is the light bulb most likely at? Gotta put a pin. Is it put a pin? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, put a pin within the yellow area. Ta-da-da. Who, who's the one that put at the shadow? Oh no. Okay, 2% put not within the yellow part. Okay, wow, see, catch up already. The second and third places are different people already. Okay, last chance. Get double points, which of the following are non-matter. You should know what is your matter and non-matter. Actually, this question is not too difficult, so fastest finger, I think it's gonna help. Which of the following are non-matter? Hmm. This is P6 science, but we're doing like a recap of like P3, 4, 5, 6. Not 4, 5, 6, sorry. 3, 4, 5. Okay, not bad, but how come only 6% chose the heat? Okay, let's see who got the top three placing. Hold on, is it gonna show? Podium. J Flow got third. Singing got second. Either got first. Okay, looks like maybe you're gonna get. Oh, Iris is close, right? And who is the last person? Okay, so I hope you all know what to do. Is this the Kahoot? right? So take a screenshot of the top three, right? So top three person will get a prize. And then after that, once you're done, I think you all should have taken a screenshot, right? Once you're done, okay, you can either send a DM to the TikTok account, right? AGrader TikTok account, or send a message to that number. I can't really see it very clearly, but can I just play for fun? Sure, of course, you can just play for fun. 96651713, I think. Okay, to claim your gift, right? And then they will mail the gift to you. All right. So this is a very good chance. Hopefully, the next time when we run the Kahoot, okay, you'll also join during the holiday. Lesser people, lesser competition. All right. Okay, so I think we're done for this live. Hopefully, you all had fun, learned something, and I'll see you again. I don't remember when I'll see you again. I think in week 5. That means 5 weeks later. Okay, if I remember correctly. Okay, see y'all. I think from now on, every week there will be the live, right? So remember to catch us, right? Okay, and learn something, right? Bye. Enjoy your holiday. Bye.